New details tonight, largely ruling out suicide in the death of music icon Prince. As the investigation continues, his life and legacy is remembered in Northeast Ohio. Monica Robbins dug into the Rock Hall archives for some never-before-seen pieces of the musician's story.
If you want to learn more about Prince and you can't make it all the way to Paisley Park, there's only one other place you need to come, and it's right here in Cleveland, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Library and Archives, and they gave us access to the vault. The Rock Hall Library and Archives, a literal treasure chest of the history of pop culture. We found the record company memo informing Prince that his first successful single became a top 40 hit.
We've been informed by the RIAA that the following single has earned a gold award. I Want to Be Your Lover.
When he moved on to Arista Records, Clive Davis handwrote notes about each track on Prince's album.
I like things like this because they show the relationship between the artist and the record executive.
When he changed his name to a symbol, his company sent a disc to media outlets so they could add that symbol to their computer fonts. So come down to the Library and Archives at Tri-C 1 to 5 Monday through Friday, and you can take a look at anything and everything relating to rock and roll and the music industry. And while you're here, pick up a library card. Monica Robbins, Channel 3 News.
Thank you, Monica. Prince touched many lives over the years and has even used his music to be the voice for those he felt didn't have one. Here's a for instance. Last year, he released a song called Baltimore, a tribute anthem to Freddie Gray and the Black Lives Movement. Prince also stood up against record companies to get the rights to his own music. And we talked with local radio personality Sam Silk, who talked about what it was like to meet Prince years ago in Cleveland.
You know, just a regular, normal guy. You know, and we laughed, we talked about music. He played some tracks, wanted to get our opinion and thoughts on it, and I mean, that was a great experience. It was at the Wolstein. I never will forget that moment, man.
Boy, I can imagine that. The radio station has been playing Prince songs throughout the day. They've also taken calls from his many, many fans.
Tonight, the investigation continues into the death of Prince as fans around the world mourn the loss of the award-winning artist. Prince was discovered unresponsive yesterday morning inside an elevator at his Paisley Park estate. Here's what we know right now. Today, the medical examiner performed an autopsy. Investigators say an acquaintance dropped the singer off at his compound about 8 o'clock the night before. That's the last time he was seen alive. TMZ is reporting that Prince was treated for a drug overdose just 6 days before his death. Autopsy results will not be available for several weeks. Now, we want to give you an exclusive look inside Prince's personal and professional world. Monica Robbins got access to some of the rare artifacts of his career, stored right here in Cleveland.
If you want to learn more about Prince and you can't make it all the way to Paisley Park, there's only one other place you need to come, and it's right here in Cleveland, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Library and Archives, and they gave us access to the vault.
This was Jane Scott's ticket to the show. And then up here, this is much earlier. This is during the Purple Rain tour. This is the set list.
The Rock Hall Library and Archives offers a rare and perhaps unseen look into the lives of those who shaped pop culture.
These are all Clive Davis's handwritten notes about the tracks.
We found a letter Clive Davis wrote to the artist when Prince used a symbol for his name. It gives insight into their relationship and the business of entertainment.
I would hope the obvious assets of the exotic dancer allows for appeal to the young MTV viewer.
Dozens of books, albums, and promotional photos.
Some of this most people probably haven't seen before.
His impact on popular music, now legend.
He brought R&B to rock audiences in the 80s in a way that nobody had ever done before.
An unfinished photo book, perhaps one of a kind, still waiting for Prince to write the text. But its title is what many now hope he's found: Serenity, Peace. So come down to the Library and Archives at Tri-C 1 to 5 Monday through Friday, and you can take a look at anything and everything relating to rock and roll and the music industry. And while you're here, pick up a library card. Monica Robbins, Channel 3 News.
Thanks, Monica. Prince touched the lives of people he met over the years, and he served it as a voice for many people that he didn't meet, speaking out on social issues. Channel 3's Brandon Simmons reports on Prince, the person.
You can play a Prince song and it's going to get the party started.
Radio 1 DJ Sam Silk has been playing Prince's music for the last 20 years.
That was our tribute to Prince, which we will continue to do throughout the day.
While his death brings sadness to hearts around the world,
me and about 10 of my girlfriends, we sat here and cried all day yesterday.
Sam Silk thinks back to the day he had the chance to sit down with Prince.
Prince just walks up, "Hi, I'm Prince." What? That's Prince. You don't want to be a groupie, but man, that's Prince.
And the concert that followed, incredible.
You go to a Prince concert, Prince will wear you out. Okay, I'm not talking about a 45-minute show. Prince is going to give you a 2 to 3 hour show.
Prince touched the hearts of millions who listened to his music and oftentimes spoke what was in his heart as well. Last year, he released the song Baltimore, a tribute to Freddie Gray and the Black Lives Matter movement. And more importantly, he stood up for himself.
He just got the rights to his own music, okay? Prince stood up against the record company. A lot of artists will not do that, could not do that.
At a time when it wasn't necessarily cool, he encouraged people to stand up for and just be themselves.
I mean, he was different, and he didn't care about being different. He didn't care about who didn't accept him. He was proud to be Prince.
Now, Prince, as we all know, was comfortable in his own skin, and through his music, he hoped to bring that same feeling to everyone. Aside from his musical contributions, Prince also made many charitable donations over the years as well. In 2011, he donated $1 million to the Harlem Children's Zone. And Sarah, we all know that's just the kind of guy he was.
Yeah, absolutely. And he made such a name for himself in that way, as well as his music.
Definitely, and a lot of people appreciate it.
He'll be missed. Thanks, Brandon. Well, the radio station, 93.1, as you saw there, is honoring the legacy of Prince tonight. They will broadcast live from the Jack Thistledown Racino, playing only his hits. You can join in on the party beginning at 9 o'clock.
The Cleveland skyline also honored the Purple One with a dance in the sky. As rain fell early this morning, Terminal Tower was purple. And just down the road, Playhouse Square, also coated in Prince's favorite color. You can watch this video in its entirety, along with other web extras about Prince, on WKYC.com.